Kumasi, Asantemai, Ghana, and across the globe. It's another brand new day with us here, and we thank God for how far He has brought us. Let me say this to you. The beautiful road of I don't care will finally lead you to the ugly city of had I known. The beautiful road of I don't care will lead you finally to the ugly city of had I known. So whatever you are doing, be conscious of it. Never say, I don't care. Let it happen. Never say, I don't give a damn. I don't mind. It will lead you to the ugly city of had I known, and in that city, you will care, you will mind, but it might be too late. The beautiful road of I don't care will finally lead you to the ugly city of had I known. Good morning to you all. My name is Omanhene Yaw Adu-Boakye. I've always been your man in the morning. And I'll pay you tenacity for some reacopim known to ye are goodie hunsem, ebeba non son abra, brighto babe tenacity. Now, in the world of sports, all the headlines, both foreign and local, and no playoffs, nubi, I shall say air coso, and no, I'm a shot, Atletico, Madrid, Omu, A2, Emre, no, Omu, Ewo, a no so now, the Omdia Club Brugge, and Nyagro, other matches so coso. And then what is the latest? Stay tuned when the man Brighto gets seated. And you may be a Brighto, the Jumedia ya tudin Monday night sports, Friday night. Now, Penintra say ye do kwada akan ho, and you know Wednesday night, and then you may obabe transina be for Ade Agudi hunsem abba. So from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we're going to have Monday night sports, midweek sport. Me nyancha se. Na me chance say me nka obetra.
Me warrior, me fighter.
Okay, you fight me.
No, like me.
Oh, no, you are telling the whole world that you fight me.
Me
system person me nka ya obra. Asante ebo aka kire me say. Ade si am person me dey huna ba no no fighter.
Me apprentice man yem fani hane me fichiri.
Asante wako soja ba na.
Soja. Soja na da mai wako soja. Oh my, and I say we travel and throw. Yes, your mind is it on the other so.
Oh, Bianca, she wanna. Oh, so Uncle Pello, baby. Nobody has said anything.
Is it on my room right there? The bus room and in the house of folk, and your crowd will be supported by force.
Oh, baby, I just say.
Is it? Presenter for Masema come. See, I'm for say.
I am confused.
As a
Bianca,
and
the people are telling you, people bay. What I say? Oh, Bianca, she won our Masema.
People are saying I should come and contest.
I should come.
Why not say come and contest?
I was easy, but I don't work. I also can is no independent.
That is really no good.
It's a month for say the woman ran a juma
on penny or person say you get your permanent.
Answer my yapam dada.
Oh, independent. I was so dear the mema will be beaten by Benjamin. I had be moon check your woman.
Omanya horn or the letter manager.
And this they will not tolerate nonsense.
Was it Sikaji and Dawson also Nisika? The Prime Minister Nisiko, don't you?
Oh, to already party back, we said,
Baba Jama could DMP.
Yes, we need to so because independent. Baba
friend. Baba so also president.
I know they are told you all French. Okay, let's get the headlines making news. Kesol Atuforsen is the finance minister. And yesterday he laid a value for money office bill before Parliament. Let's hear him why that bill. Kesol Atuforsen. Okay. If it's not ready, let's move on. Airport renaming doesn't require parliamentary approval. transport minister. Na assemble ko kan or say the fact say now Kotoka International Airport is Accra International Airport doesn't mean that the codes. On say in aviation they use codes. And to one say Okofro even our na say passion. Obon say our for issue AW. Passion for issue OP. To have your betina flight number OP145 has landed. Flight passengers traveling on flight number OP170 should proceed to Wanwang and Wanwang on the image. Or sister code. And an airport be out the code. Gatwick or code. Heathrow, Schiphol, all Jeff Kennedy nominate all the international they have their codes. But I'll say answer. Because they will have to do some configuration in their way. The only thing I want to be Shema Accra International Airport. Because Obi Free American Oba, Delta Airline Eba Street no. Onim say code way no they back to car. And the passenger nim. It's almost the board no be sure now could yeah, almost say check it time where you be but almost say code no ba.
Yeah, code.
You almost say be Accra. Maybe 0156671. Now him say your destination is Accra. So any man no say answer. On Sunday nyina you worried say it will cost the taxpayer or say nothing will change. Mostly
It came as a result of the NLCD 309. It was a decree that was brought to set a trust to cater for the families of Kotoka and other soldiers who were killed along that time. And it happened that he was killed at the forecourt of the airport. The good news for us is that all these organizations that control aviation, since the name change of Accra to Kotoka, have not changed the country code. Akawo still maintains the country code DGAA. Ayata and Akawo still maintain the country code ACC. So there's nothing to change at the international level. The only thing to change is the signages and the billboards that we have. But Kotoka as a company, they already have the vendors who produce their letterheads on daily basis for them. So it's not a new contract. It's just a matter of Kotoka is now out. The same vendors who were doing their letterheads, their stamps, are the same companies to continue to now change. Just a removal of.
If we are ready, can we have Ato Forcing on the value for money office bill?
Seek to address the value for money office bill. Seek to address chronic inefficiencies in the public financial management system, particularly those arising from inflated contracts, abandoned projects, cost overrun, and wasteful spending. By institutionalizing a value for money framework, this bill aims to ensure that every cedi spent by the government delivers the maximum possible benefit to citizens in terms of economy, efficiency, effectiveness, equity, and sustainability. Furthermore, the establishment of the Value for Money Office will create a specialized and independent oversight institutions with the technical mandate to conduct value for money assessment, issue value for money certificate before major contracts are awarded, monitor compliance, and ensure sanctions where violations occur. The overarching objective is to ensure fiscal discipline, reduce waste, promote public confidence, and strengthen the governance and accountability architecture of the country. Mr. Speaker, the bill also seeks to institutionalize value for money oversight and transform public financial management landscape of the country by reducing contract inflation and wasteful expenditure and ensuring uniform pricing across government. Finally,
Minority say a kwanya abino entimi mfanchire mu ema parliament on Burkina Faso attack no. It leaves much to be desired. Let's hear Intim Fojo.
After several days of the news, the reported news of the killing of 8 Ghanaian tomato traders in Burkina Faso in a terrorist killing, we have waited for over a week. None of the ministers, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Minister for Defense, Minister for Interior, none of them had the courtesy to appear before us in Parliament to even update us. And the exercise of our oversight responsibility, the minority joint committees of Foreign Affairs, of Defense and Interior, and Security and Intelligence, we wrote and insisted and summoned the 3 ministers of the security sector governance with the Foreign Affairs Minister, i.e. the Minister for Interior and National Security, the Minister for Defense, and the Minister for Foreign Affairs, to appear before the Joint Committee of Defense and Interior, Security and Intelligence, and Foreign Affairs, so that we will hold them to account, for them to update us what occurred, what contributed to the attack, and what has been done so far, government's response, and what has to be put in place. Clearly, there was failure on the part.
This morning, I really doff my heart to Dr. Titus Kofi Beyu. I listened to his submission in Parliament yesterday concerning the death of this hit and run victim, Charles Amisa. Parliament really deliberated on the issue. Ansana Yura Babin Ade Asamono Ebe Basawama Health Committee no. Yentie Lambusi Mrashebejani, Dr. Titus Kofi Beyu, or a doctor near or a board member of Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Yentie no.
Survive. They must survive. The minority leader mentioned his BP at the beginning. At Kolebu, when they checked the BP in the ambulance monitor, it had come down to 84/56. That is someone who is just about dying. So if they could at least set a line and run some fluid in transit, a lot of patients will survive. So the model that allowed them to only scoop and run must be changed. And their training must be upgraded so that have paramedics that are specialized to be able to provide some basic care. But in conclusion, attitude is our biggest problem. All of this will not change if the attitude does not change. May I stand on this to appeal to my colleague health workers. Look at that next patient, that it could be you, it could be your father, it could be your mother. It doesn't have to be another doctor calling you before you create a bed and accept the patient. Because the one that can call, maybe you may be the one unconscious who will call on your behalf. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Owia no na Yura Babin. Tasked the health committee said in 2 weeks they should investigate and report. Meanwhile, we are told say the nurses, the 2 nurses and the doctors on duty have been interdicted or indicted to some extent. Yentie Yura Babin, the final statement on the issue of Charles Amisa.
Of the ministry or the Kolebu Hospital. This house should take keen interest in what happens. And so I'll direct our committee on health to take all the reports that will come from the ministry, the Kolebu Hospital, or wherever, and go deeply into it. We have to take control. We need to inquire further into the matter, and we need to hold people accountable. This is one of the needless deaths we have experienced in this country. At the end of the day, I will urge the House for us to legislate on the matter. We need to pass an emergency care law. Emergency care law on this matter.
Babin, can't say, Emra Shebe, your fee for the friend emergency care law, Emra. Now, Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa, a Deputy Minister for Health, a renowned surgeon, and I all can say, Abayano Nimuhayano is going to tackle the no bed syndrome. Bekai Brebi, this no bed syndrome came up past until some Bekaya. A major issue, concrophobic or kolebuma. You see, and Ghana, Sadi we debia Yameka. We are so interested in a knee-jerk reaction. Quick fix situation. Asem si obi e kan bi na nya ye na. Adam fu bi ka chem say Omanhene ada asem beto of free tablets ni nyina ka chem say mesrem. Mon fa me sponsor into front page. Yeah. Omom de ko shem fifia ye nya ikanda. Daily guide let the front page, daily graphic, Ghanaian Times ni nyina anko front page. News for no. From morning, afternoon, evening. Owia Ade Kyeɛ Owia. Yakawie. The next morning,
different news will come.
There will be gatekeeping for different news. It's here no so bebano. Be a refuge. To the assembly, you said, Danya, a moment from Cochet, page 3. There's here can ye. The infant front page. As I'm just more kind, Wabwa. Wabwa.
Almost in Nigeria for journalism, there. Almost said that. Assemble community cancer, Ben, now what you mean.
Now what you mean.
Nigeria,
you need CNN between the 6 months. I a developing story. A BBC normally had it. When it is a human interest story, they don't just let
it go. So you bet in one day I come a wufu in Abeti. Would you get it? One day no. As I say, busy I cannot. Also TV, be and do 1 hour no.
Yeah.
But is that
what is the solution? What is the issue?
Policy makers, journalists, they say always want to inform the public.
Asante, some journalism, as you are saying, they will force the policymaker to make policy. Because when you drum home morning, afternoon, evening, no bed syndrome, 2019, and no crowd it became an issue for about a week or two. As a sign. But I say, we are so quick to throw away an issue and deal with the next.
That one's it.
Chekoko asembai. Ya can't cover 2 weeks new. One measures immediately abiding it to her. Ubi said by an ye can a dakun will be a kodaya and ka abiding to animal. Yano took on Akojina a former. You see, a nippon be on now. A yaw munya castle. Yow, asema base ni eka, o say, Mamu fi MP before na. Se see a crown wookie and in a way better off. Una baba chere me say me better off. Why me 11 million free me sikaswa. O say emre bi grana says he can ultimate to cement 24 bags pe. Say see ultimate to 25 into we better off. Now or you better off or soon so you better off. O to kono one special advisor agribusiness. Umwani mrena 24-hour economy now. Shama agribusiness ringna. Unam kokwasi. Doctor to kono. Ubashak ya fona bufo. Manosi. Ya mami sha se free o mami ti o.
Akonyanko mo ye papa ya obo na basi lambusi mrase medwene Dr. Titus Benyu. Ena me bona baso na me ya se maame no Grace Ayensu the video no production for no
ensem o kakikai
ensem bi o starting in common free Emma ekodru baby say even Speaker of Parliament catch and say enkomo na wudi no o say no na go back to the basics ogina hwa ma afi na enkomo na ese wie no and all come back afi dru baby no Mahama Yariga had to come in.
I think Kojo Ponkruma
stood the part on behalf of
a medical.
Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to comment. Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to comment on the statement made by the Honorable Minority Leader. Mr. Speaker, the death of any Ghanaian in this matter is unfortunate. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family and the loved ones of the deceased, and also to the entire nation. Mr. Speaker, I am the Deputy Minister of Health and also a traumatologist. In other words, I'm trained as a trauma surgeon specialist and consultant. Mr. Speaker, the event that led to this unfortunate incidents and demise of the gentleman is tragic and should not happen. Mr. Speaker, in surgery, we call this a never event. Mr. Speaker, a never event is an event that should never happen. Under no circumstance, Mr. Speaker, should a human being die this way. Mr. Speaker, this was the previous government started the Agenda 111 project, Mr. Speaker. Agenda 111 at the end of 8 years, Mr. Speaker. There was not one single hospital. I'm not engendering debate. I'm just trying to explain the circumstances. Mr. Speaker, Agenda 111. At the end of 8 years, Mr. Speaker, there was not one single hospital that was operational. Mr. Speaker, in fact, what we came to meet was multiple hospitals littered around the country, some of them at foundation level. There was not one hospital that a human being could walk in. However, they had spent millions and billions of Ghana cedis, to the extent that, Mr. Speaker, the Auditor General surcharged 35 contractors 7.9 million. And the refund that the Auditor General, Service surcharged.
Honorable Deputy Minister, please focus on the...
Expressing our condolence to the family of Charles Semisa for this tragic loss.
Speaker Sabe Mukrama Edu baby Speaker Kachen say, Mamenka Semencho, I was a Minister of Health before you cause a ministry. Meaning what goes on in the health sector. Papa Titus Ben Yona Kasai no. He spoke as an expert. Why you Ghana ha? Unim Ghana health sector no die kum and the kum, especially when Okasafa Ghana for your attitude. No appeal to ni fellow health workers. So obesre wunum. Say enche mane meyo mame, enche mane meyo unia, enche mane meyo papa ansana. Was sorry say enakunta Ghana ye problem ye attitude enye bibia. Attitude. Akuta he asema ye ken. Say no bed. No. Edu baby Speaker Buzan say, and right the patient in Ebano. Say at times more doctors, say it's so serious. Mutimi treating a ambulance was aye. So why then we ubakache say a bed in tina ambulance no oxygen or ambulance in him. Eti small idea mubetima here to sustain him. My friend say obejina stable conditioner. Mubetima moving toward no doctors moye. Adena mwanye. No way ye de kofa agenda 111. Baby a me mama no ne namo a me fi say ase no osen komo no yesa kunta. Ebi anka se bi ba ye. Yese car no bono e o manson kwanta me de example. Car no bono manson kwanta no. Esan se hospital bi ani manson kwanta ntino. Ye de ne to kam se ye de ne ba be kwai. Ena wa be wu. Ne nam kwa mu aye ba no na obewu ye. Then agenda 111 asem e ba say okay hospital na ban ni started say ka musi wie ya enka manson kwanta no nke bia agenda da 111 hospital ni bi on ticket ne koy e ma baby asemi say rage ene ne die ne
na o man fa na hospital but there back wa opening bay you no honorable kan ma ni ji hu say paramedics na omode nipa no eba no omo nsua se ombetimi amomo training ombetimi abo line
yes
onse wo ko hospital ayema infusion omo de nsuo bi ni ade siu so
yes
nipa no osi 8056 just obi a wawu ano no but say paramedic no osi mo nye sa pick and run
yes
I say ye fa wa near the ambulance near the wababa ye nya wo hwe na wo daka ni mu no he said say ye ma sa ambulance for no training omo do raka anymore. What realize say you senior hospitals ER so no me ade no. Nipa na oba be fa no. Obu a form okra no say wo collapse here omo timi resuscitate you. Etimi yema utimi bankwam ansa na omo de watom. Aha de wu aye tam wa na de wawuram na ambulance enti say kwan mu no bebre wu. Asama papa ne kai no enu hia pasa ambulance operators no omo ye adwuma wo Ghana ambulance service no do they have that requisite training say obi wa ometumi ama no first aid bi ama nipa na bankwam ana enu no say sa ye tam wo de watom ye de wo kɔ no ye dey ye upgrade omu training no na onye te say nurse ni a obetumi abo line na sa line no ebetuma genipa no nkwa
ebia odaka ne mokra no ade na eridi wo so no se otimi eridi ehu a se na Dr. Titus Ben Yoka no o my number ne say na the person was around say
856
na just
the pressure no
nipa no fa ne to ambulance ma ade no kra ye kwen na reading kra bi kra onim onte ase but ke ebia medical doctor na so a nurse ni a ohun sa de na reading the meaning na obo no o si ye bibia anya sa nipa no obewu ansa na ye de na edru hospital but ne nyina mu na kwentahwe there are instances a obi yare ye de na edru hospital especially sa de we etesi anwumre pa akunta so the patient akọ hospital bi government hospital anwumre obekọ akoto nurses obekọ akoto ebi kra se doctor ne share ne office kra obekọ akoto nurses ne ne hia attitude omo de beba be hia ne do ba bi kra wheelchair no omo piama o fane si wheelchair ni le pia di machi ebi wono mo kra age se ekwa akodu point omo hu se nipa na ede na ba na eye nipa asumasi anase bia o nipa kese anase bia onimpani bi ma pani ne frɛ obo se ho na no ohu ba bia se doctors and nurses ni nyina wo omo nyina di America ba ne afie bebusa se ade na ye no ede but ede ne ba first no obi amfi no e bia at that point ne so na nka sa energy na mo de ba ye no ka mo de ko no ho a ke bia nka mo de gene.
There are other nurses or night patient in the bar. The reception of the man of crime, patient in the whole ton of grass and Yamanipa. And your nurse is sitting now. Miss Nurse be or one mile. Say a patient who on in Sama, or to be soon.
Yes.
And you're a bush and you. There are some patients, there are some nurses, they will try their best to see to say, it is a Amasa. Besime nim nurse ni ayi patient. Patient subre bi sa. Ofra me nam se adai. No su. Adai a o se. Papa bi obeda. Wo nam se na wo ya nurse ni nipa wo on sam sa o se bi. He does not want one patient so be wo on him. She did everything throughout the night. Do you know what happened? Ono no ja ho anopa no koye no
next person
am 10 o'clock na nipa na wu
next person no buy no
utie me nipa na buy no so be monitor papa no o man e draw also the man no I'll take you over here no ja no also kodidi aba me wa na juna na critical no ono no patient no etimi save doctor no man e ma mo so e na ne vital stars ne bibia ye okay the hand over man no about 10 oba na nwumre na no ba so obitiki over no okwa akohwe na okọ she was so pain she cried adentra the ono no ebe yiri no onfa ho
David
ya wana sini bi ono ma ono anwo kire bi na bu ano a okonya asa school ko enye ni tiri mu adwene so obeye nurse ni da
ana akobi kan say me ye we na me nya adwuma pa
me di teacher na me nya adwuma pa ma ko
it means adwuma na wo ye no pass no dia de ma adwuma na ye sa say baby a medro no me ni baby a fa
ni kai ni nyina na kwa me nkruma na omo kan say we na me bu afu kwa me nkruma nkruma saw this at Polo and said but Ghana we need to change our attitude. We need to change our mind. Wanye hu adwuma.
Na obi attitude no be ende.
Asante. What I'm saying is say Kwame Nkrumah consciously. Niema ne sam na se ne nipa gini die no. Say ye attitude. Meba,
through our education.
No, Asante.
Through our educational system.
You will be out to be sharing in there. Nani soon in the banye. What's the sign? Kasa and consciously said the parliament patriotism ye di wura tetifo no no ye tam ye di wura
I say Ghana na mo run no Ghana put
you bet must start here free baby
we can start from somewhere and then we shouldn't complain about it.
I say we
je dem say me can say Ghana high one omanhwe enura Tatos Bewio a hero because he did politicize the whole thing. And he was talking like Yaboma was saying from the expert point of view. But I never be across Ghana have be a politics. Share assemble banana man for BJ Jinema. Now and you take political trend do. And some PCC power bad because my main guys in come would you see a doctor B. I say Yakobo a pharmacy be Yakobo doctor. Senka idea who say be a doctor and young people in this year. Say Parliament as original. But now me say it hasn't taken a political trace now yet. So we no your massentino. Asana ko da but we no. She be akwa do Parliament. That's where I benya the kind of merit asemi here. In the Ghana be their politics. Na hwete sam asam pese mekani. Asam ne ba o ma he. Omo de ko hospital miensa. Omo so de ko police hospital. Omo de ko Accra Regional Hospital. Ena kolebu nko ana as I institute sanctions na other hospital mi ndo mo yede omo ntimi nsa mpanimfo na omo ntimi ntwoma so hwe na mo yabo mamo kan se mi sa medics no say ambulance medics no me madam fu bi yi mpanimfo no baako komo bi woni mi di pa odimi say abantu mo fa ne wo obi hit and run obi na abo no e na to kan yo and that time no ma kokofan this difficult say benya medical officer bia o timba se bia nka o hospital dan komre ko different hospital nka doctor bi betimi edi akire anase nurse bi betimi edi
asante betiase ba what I'm saying papa na sem no nya say wo se unya medical doctor edi akire
ambulance ni no
matini akofa no
meba me no ya adwen
we should have an elementary
knowledge ni nyina ne say I was say in terms of recruitment of this EMS no yenya doctors ni medical staff bi a omo experience befra because on my way munim do omo ya de pa sa EMS for no do me ya de pa oxygen no and omo no na pa na oxygen be jo kwankwa na ya only problem
it's not enough
me can omo de oxygen provisions in sanema no and omo do hospital kwa na and am so omo na ndo obamu oxygen omo de mountains omo do so omo be so omo tese wo kwa na omo mpene but it should go beyond that going forward you know I was saying nya nurse yenya doctors na your memo a doctor kwatu baby wo so wonko besi ne wate wo yenya ne hwe okoya na ya political angle na because a political position take a lead so political decision tino if we do voter region group so wonko kumase wa manso wo so wonko ebesi ne wo su miwa oman so boka na training ento ma yasem na ye kan ho ye be kan hwete sa na me kan besu se Omanpanyi mama lanche wa mahama ke this hospital best no me person ka metimpo I was saying ka by Friday say your man is serious pa procurement afre na bekwa na kwabra ni bi I was saying ka by next week Monday hospital bia ma hu say me hia 20 best confirmation for hia we by next week also provided
sadie no
na mo to what the delay
the nurses and the doctors no more kolebo no as a scapegoat. See no crepa say a hospital bed na ni honoma. Why do you interdict doctor no? Why do you interdict nurse?
They almost say they did not attend to them.
Maba, say ye de bright aba. Ye de bright dura say impeni ho. Mi jira ho. Say upon emergency ade empeni ho no mo. Akuta should tell you say ye pe bibi di akwa say dum ni adan ne ho akuta go to Komfanochi go to hwan ni de omo ka no. No bed. Yes, me jitum say eniho enough but akunta emergency situation Komfanochi there are instances how nam Komfanochi emergency one ebi did that for me ebi so ya the ambulance grab be see Komfanochi emergency one nurses and doctors gina mo inside on mo attend to them
it will be say enye
it akunta bed asem it goes beyond flimsy excuse no mo dey my no
said they have been raising
ambulance and akunta ambulance no hu so munya confirm say wo wu a Ona wo nyame ani kro mo mfa wo nto ambulance nim. That is almost secret bako. Say obekaya there was an issue about Ghana Jumtini bi. You say ambulance, for ambulance omo ba fie. Omo du fie ho no no. Ampadu. Ambulance onu hu say papa na wu. No omo ka kire omo say da bi ye ntimi mfa no. Omo ntimi anka ncha busuafo no say owu. Omo so omo ntimi mfa no mu ja no koye. Ntemre be ye issue no. And ambulance one the details e ba say omo du fie ho no. Omo hu say owu. No omo ka kire omo say omo frɛ a different ambulance. Na omefa papa no efafunu ambulance ne akotomudo na chese abranche no nwu yi o enti na omofa ne tu mu no sa akotomutimi di ni chirin ekọ Rich Hospital ekọ a friend say police hospital esa bedu kolebu a na still not the ambulance no mu a akonta enye bed asem
okay
yenya see dey ko say no bed syndrome somebody should tell Ghanaians say akota truth bi o no mu a omo anye and no makusa young man no. Say bad the best ya emergency obi o tie ya no pay bi o se asema meke on bi da on confirm no on kan kire ambulance si ho na nurses ne doctors ewura ambulance ni mu e hwe ni pa bi okra taxi our taxi mu private car yetimi ba behwe no
ya bo ma de o kan e fa sa no bed any excuse ni omo the ambulance say this week ambulance on be ka say omo cars ne be say ho wan say
100 and something
want enso ye wa ha na mo ko procure this particular ambulance ka say mama extra parts mo wo ho am betim ja repair
mo
omo de mo
right legend what's the latest since sports
I said the interphone go be any mafi
na
Inter Milan
meba bodo for no mo share Inter
omo shomo home and away
omo shomo say
home and away omo shomo
5-2 aggregate
yeah
meba eti no match na end this
2-1
bodo for no share Inter 2-1 ewo San Siro
every boys a coffee case mu nyina every hoaba
no mo ni mana bodo na share Manchester City 2-3 na omo krom enta we say omo
retain in February
why
but atwa for pa enim go say
omo 3-1 oh
yes tenim say kan Inter for the ni bre
massage
and nature say
but I enjoyed Madrid Atletico Madrid and a Club Brugge I think their food the omo match the name more day but you say how many qualify
for now there say Atletico Madrid qualify and Bodo qualify nti ehwe ni mu Newcastle qualify
Newcastle say kara wan for so now say fairy tale
they send the almost 6-1 wait now no again say dem better show mo
Newcastle qualify
and Bayern Leverkusen qualify
it is a see no English team say na call
English teams for now don't omunyina qualify
Arsenal City
Liverpool
Newcastle Liverpool
yeah wow.
Tottenham Chelsea
yeah
6 baako beji
eden baako beji
legend na mfa ho
why ne say
eden baako beji
say Madrid ho basa so ho
na ba cho we no so ye Carabao ne hwan ni bia ana we ye Ghana de bia
we the miss of the year miss of the year
players ni bo fu no
some go
we no mo bobo no bo no
player no bo
na ko say bo we say
player no de bo but say man record
Asante
na do ko to say ya bobo
now ya bobo no bobo ya to
na you know dey we try bet
Asante o say ma police vote
no it's any you see it should be the trade say player bobo la send you go bo no send bobo no
ba ya ka tell say e be ade awaye
there have been so many
misses sitters velocities
Abrante ya
Aguero mu nyina ne Ibrahimovic
relegation Chelsea
and
they are not Liverpool called Chelsea
Baua
Debbie
Liverpool Fernando
Torres ne to omo kobo no Messi a say chance of being in so be say
we omo ko relegation
omo ko relegation
na ko bobo we ato atere
ade ba ko say bobo ni say we ase na ha no
ha no kra
o ti say who dey so ayo obi adwuma man
so twa bet
masa boy
wanya hwe onya odi he
ebu I be ashoke no ashoke no
nah right to the good you say that but we'll be back stay with us
akwa no twa bet